Hi, today we're going to be talking about graphing linear functions in the form y equals mx plus b and ax plus by equals c. Alright, so let's say you're given the equation y equals 7 halves x minus 2. Where do you even start with graphing? First, let's break down this equation. The 7 halves x is the slope, which is rise over run, and don't worry, I'll explain that more later. And the minus 2 is the y-intercept. And what the y-intercept is, what is the value of y when x is equal to 0? So when I graph lines, I like to start with the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is negative 2. So let's go over to our graph, and it's a y value, so we're going to go on the y-axis. So let's go down to negative 2 on the y-axis and add a point. Now is when our slope comes in handy. And remember when I said it's rise over run? That means we're going to rise 7 and we're going to run 2 on our graph to find the next point. And since it's just a 7 halves x, not a negative, that means that it's going to be going in this direction on the graph. If it was a negative 7 halves x, it'd be a negative slope, and that means it'd be going on this direction of the graph. But it's positive, so it's going to go upwards. So let's start with our negative 2, and let's rise 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's run 2. 1, 2. And make a point. Now we have our run, 1, 2, and our rise, 7. And there you go, that's our slope. And we have our y-intercept, 0, negative 2. So it's y equals 7 halves x minus 2. Connect those 2 points, you have the line. Alright, now let's go down to this next form. Let's say you're given the equation 2x plus y equals 4. Now you'll notice that this is in a different form than this one, and then it starts with x, 2x plus y equals 4, instead of y equals. So, to graph it, let's put it into a y equals form. So we're going to take the standard form, which is the ax plus by equals c, is called standard form, and that's what this is. But let's turn it into y equals mx plus b, like right here. Slope-intercept form is what that one's called. So to do that, we're just going to subtract x from both sides, leaving us with y equals negative 2x plus 4. And then, just like what we learned up here, we'll start with our y-intercept, which is 4. Go to 4 on our graph. Now let's figure out what our slope is. It's a negative 2x, which remember is equal because negative 2 is a fraction of negative 2 over 1. So we'll start with 4. We'll go down 1, 2 over 1 because it's rise over run. 2 over 1, 2 being our rise, 1 being our run. In this case, though, it's not a rise, it's a fall, I guess you could say, because it's a negative 2x. With this one, it was truly a rise, and then our graph is going upwards because it's positive. But this one, if you're really thinking about it, although it's height, so you could call it a rise, it really is a fall because our graph is moving in this direction. So we go 1, 2, fall 2, run 1 for 2 over 1 for our slope. And you can do that again for as many points as you want. Connect the line, and we have just successfully graphed an equation that we started with in standard form by bringing it to slope-intercept form and then using our knowledge of slope and y-intercept to graph the line. Alright, as always, I like to leave you with 2 problems to do on your own. Test your knowledge, knowing what I've just given you. First, we have 6x plus 5y equals 20. You'll notice this is in standard form, so my one tip to you will be to put it into slope-intercept form. And over here we have y equals 1/4 x plus 2. Alright, remember this. Slope and y-intercept are what's going to help you graph this line. Alright, thanks for tuning in.